from one of the loudest venues in the NFL. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So trouble already here on our opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Hardman on a return. 51 yards on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now Hall to start the drive. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Chiefs are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Waiting for it back deep, Antonio Callaway. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Here's Herbert. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion here on the 3rd and long. This defense can still salvage a little momentum. Forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that is incomplete. Some mistakes already in the 1st quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
On 4th down, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught by Williams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays that we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Hopkins' kick is good, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've got a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Hey, 43, 15.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
Oh, I think there's a little too much heat on that one. He's trying to hit his running back out of the backfield. Normally you want to get the ball to them in stride. But here, this one's coming in hot. And it tips off his hands and into the arms of the defender.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Herbert off of play action. That is caught inside the 5. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Eckler going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Herbert now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
15.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Easy.
Mahomes going to throw. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
43. Hey, 57.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Room here to run. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 37. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, 15.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hall. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Mahomes' throw is caught by Gray. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A give running right is Hall. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Yellow.
2nd and 9.
Yellow.
Ball again on 2nd down. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They go play action. Now Mahomes flushed out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Charger drive about to get going.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple, because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert back to the air. And that is incomplete here.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but nothing working in the secondary, so they dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Williams brings it in. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts
as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. And we're going to get a timeout. 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end Gray. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes over the middle and complete to Moore. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Flush to his right. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Herbert on first down now. Being chased out left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have it here just past the 25.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he leaped over him. And a little bit of daylight. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On first down, Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
Khalil Mack had just 6 sacks in 7 games in 2021 due to a foot injury. Now he's in Los Angeles with the Chargers, and they believe they have themselves the best 1-2 combo in football, with he and Joey Bosa coming off the edge.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by Gray, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side, gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man complete, Moore. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Escaping the pressure right, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10.
Here's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, here in this 3rd quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a 1-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves and say, we're going to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Herbert now. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Butker's kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. When you talk about clutch, that one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give away unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability to try to get those yards a safer way.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Herbert to throw. He's got Eckler. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. Now Herbert. Flushed out right. And his pass incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Herbert. Pass incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drink all of the passing game.
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. going to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on fourth down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. So an 8-play drive gets them down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes. He's going to look deep for more. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis.
And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. First throw of overtime for Mahomes.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this pass caught by Gray. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Straight ahead is Hall. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Yellow.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Give to Hall running right. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. They'll go again with Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And that one will be no good. He never
never had it online. It's well wide to the left, and that changes everything here in OT.
And now that changes things in a big way because you're forced to try a long field goal to hopefully get something out of that opening drive in overtime, and it's unsuccessful. And now on the other sideline, maybe you just need a couple of first downs, get your own kicker set up with a chance to win this game.
First throw in overtime for Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep.
Wiley? Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names?
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This to win it in overtime. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Hopkins hangs this one out to the right. Missed it. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles. Oh, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home